testing. It's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? I don't understand this one. It's supposed to be on top. I'm so sick of relearning every time I do something. This is what happens when you are as old as I am. All right, I have to do like multiple texts in the chat. Where is that thing that I copy and paste in there? Like select live sources. This one. It doesn't go green in this setting. It's not showing a lot of stuff. I love this for my eyes. God, this is a pain in the ass. All right, I'm gonna keep trying. I need to fix this setting, and now I don't even know how. This is called Night Sky, and I have to fix it. They just did an update on my computer. I don't know what setting this is. Is it personalized display settings? All right, it's called Night Sky. Personalization. Background. Is it a theme? Oh, it's so nice too, and I gotta get rid of it. High contrast, no. It's not a theme. Shit. Solid color black. Personalization. Maybe is it background? I'm gonna go back to colors. I don't know. It's called Night Sky. I'm looking for Night Sky. Contrast themes. There we go. Damn, this is so nice too. All right, I need to switch to dusk. Yeah, damn, I like that so much. I like Night Sky better, but I can't read the things. Why? All right, close that. Now that's really hurting my eyes. Okay, going to this. It's still not showing now. I can't see it. It's green. It's not going green. Sign in. I have to sign in with YouTube again. God. It's constant. It's connected to YouTube Live. Connect. How? External browser. Okay, sign in. Again. I've done this like 15 times. Manage. All right, select all. Oh, you are here. Back in 10 minutes. All right. I'm trying to put the chat back on the thing anyway. Is that like 8 minutes ago? Success. You can close this window. All right. So now I got to go to this. Still not working. It doesn't work. 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 Oh my God. So anybody that is subscribed, it doesn't work. I don't know why it's not working. I can't figure it out. I should be working. I'll try to stick that in there, but I don't know why it doesn't want to go. It's supposed to go inside. Oh, it's working. Okay. It's still hard to read. I'm sorry, but I at least it's up there. But it's not working there. Oh, I got to transition it. Okay. There it is. Okay. All right, everything's up there. All right, dude. I don't know how much actual gameplay footage I'm going to be playing, but look, I took this really long, ridiculous nap, and now it's the middle of the night, and I'm drinking coffee. But I need to pull up the chat so I can read it better than this, because this is not working. And I'm listening to me in my ears, and if you've got a headset, I would say it comes out pretty good in the headset. I want to hear how loud the piano sounds, because I don't want to blow out people with my piano. I just burped. That's not too bad. All right, now I got to put your chat somewhere where I can read it. Live stream. It was in. It was so much easier. I don't know why my Twitch doesn't work either. Yo, nobody's following me on Twitch. Not a single person has followed on Twitch. I cannot use the same features that I have on YouTube until I have 25 followers. I need 20 more followers on Twitch, and nobody's following me because there's too many cam girls using Twitch to broadcast their adult sites. And I know that I had enough queers watching me that it was like, all right, well, they just were, I don't know why they were looking at me. All right. Okay. I need to really figure out why I can't put the chat somewhere where I can read it. All I need is the chat, Jedi, and then I can talk a little bit better. Oh God, I am so exhausted with technology. Oh my, and the right click on this is absolutely retarded. Right here. Go there. Ugh. How do you get it? No. It's not what I wanted you to do. God, I'm so full of rage. I'm so full of rage. Oh, God. I don't understand. Yo, it does these updates that you can't give it permission. It just like acceptance. You just open your butt cheeks and just accept every update anymore. I think that we should be allowed to beat developers. The developers that have no people skills should meet the fists of all of us that know how to talk to people. They should meet the fist. I don't understand why I can't put the all I want to do is put the chat here. Exhausting. Absolute exhaustion. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? This isn't going to work. Calm. Yo, have you seen? I made a video called Calm Down. I think if you have not gotten a chance to watch it, I should put the link in the chat. You should watch my video of how to calm down. This is 13 U cube, how to calm down. I highly recommend that video. All right, I'm about to do something really fun. This ought to come with a lot of spam. Here we go. I'm going to post something in the chat here. Because I tried to put it on my video. You must feel the force around you. Even between the land and the ship. You must feel the force around you, even between my fist and your teeth. Look at us. Luminous beings, are we? Not this crude matter. Boy, am I sweating. I should really turn the air conditioning up. I should turn the bass up on this one again. This is the second time I quoted Rage Against the Machine tonight. What, dude? Hey, dude. There you go again. There you go. Hey, dude, calm down. Did you watch that video? Did you just watch it? Hey, dude, calm down. 13 U cube, how to calm down. I highly recommend that video for a watch. What you guys couldn't see in the camera. This. Not this. This. You have no idea how much it takes for me to not be like, ah! Oh man, Yo, I almost overflowed my coffee pot again. I'm doing a lot of renovations in this house. I just talked to a guy. It's going to cost $6,000 if I get him to install it, but I'm going to try to do as much installation. But it's already going to cost me $2,000 in materials. $2,000. I have the money, but because I'm trying to make it easier so that when you overflow the coffee pot. No, not that. This. Nobody watches. Let me just tell you. Okay, so I'm actually getting some pretty decent views on my YouTube channel lately, but nobody views my YouTube channel as much as I do. I know that there's a narcissist inside of me that still likes my content. You know, like there's a lot of stuff. Well, I'll go back and watch it. I'm like, yo, that was terrible. Jedi, did you see my thumbs down live stream? I think it was yesterday. Did you see that live stream? What? That is exactly what I'm talking about. Listen. On this, here we go. Jedi just said it right here. It's why am I upset? I'm upset because I'm not being listened to. Don't tell me to fucking calm down. See, nobody knows my content like I know my content. I know what I'm talking about. I have to go back and edit these videos, and they take 3 times to 10 times as long to edit as they do to record. Recording is the easiest part of making videos, and like live streaming is can be kind of lazy, but you have a lot of back work to do. But when you're trying to edit your own videos and you have to go back, you have to listen to your videos 1,000 times to clip out all my heavy breathing and all this other crap. Oh God, this coffee is so good. I'm going to stay up all night again. I know it. Hey, did you see the video one of the moon coming up over the bridge? See, when I lived out there, I hated that bridge because that's where that other video was formed. I did the one with I forget what do you call it, extension, the guy that killed himself or died or got shot or something. Do you want me to play this game? Do you actually want me to play this game? Sometimes in our life. All right, let me actually play this game. Yeah, there's all right. So I'm gonna. All right, did you see? So I'm actually making this official. Making this official. There is a 13 UCube email address, and there is a 13 UCube Facebook page. Facebook is for old people, and you can be my very first Facebook follower because I have 0 Facebook follows. Oh, all right, yeah. Let me pause the game. Oh yeah. All right. So hang on. Let me pause this so I can. My poor cat's trying to go take a crap in the litter box. Yeah. Hang on, Jedi. Escape is over here. All right. So my friend, his name is Zach. I haven't. He moved away. He used to be he used to be the choir director at my church, and he can read any piece of music. And he actually recorded that before he went back and got his master's in sacred liturgy. And when he got the master's in sacred liturgy, he used to play barefooted on the organ, But when he played that piece to me, I asked him, I gave him the sheet music, and I was like, dude, I was like, I need this recorded for my YouTube channel. And it's echoing in my ear. But anyway, it's the Chaos Temple theme. I don't remember. I think it's in D minor. Oh, it's in E minor. Now, I'm playing it all by ear and watching some Synthesia videos, but he could read sheet music. If you handed him anything, he could just read it. But it's that part that you would always hear at the end of my videos. Dun, 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 dun. And it's funny because when he recorded it, it was so amazing echoing through the roof in the church that I was just like, dude, that is so badass. Says to me, because he had never heard it before, he says that actually is pretty cool, and you can still hear that in some of the old videos. And I don't have the original recording anymore, and he can't, he doesn't have an organ anymore. He plays organ for a Methodist church now, but it's like an hour and 15 minutes from me. Dude, let me just tell you, a walk down from E minor down to B minor is just amazing sounding with an organ. Does that A minor go in there? I don't think that's G. No, that's an A minor. I don't know if I need an A sharp or A major. I mean, let me see. Sounds off. Well, it is off because I'm off. And honestly, it's where. All right, let me go back to piano a minute. I assume you were talking about the same piece. I don't know what you're playing. Doesn't sound like they recognize it. All right, so anyway, hang on. I'm gonna go back to a piano. Hang on. It might be bum bum bum. All right. I'm trying to do this all by ear, Jedi. Yeah, all right, hang on. It's echoing in my ear and throwing me off. It is definitely an E minor. So if it sounds off, it's because he plays like the higher part, where it's like the loop. Boom, boom. Is it a B minor there? Boom, boom. There it is. Okay. still working out all by ear, man. This is terrible. See, if you're like him and you can play musically by reading music, you don't have to do it all by ear. This is trial and error with my ear. It's a boom, boom, boom. Now, there is a video of me in Sacred Heart in Baltimore on an organ playing this exact part that I was trying to re-record because I had lost the recording. See, it's funny. If you go behind the scenes into my mind, there is not only autism and OCD and ADHD. I mean, like, I have all of these wrapped up conditions that counteract each other. But for the longest time, I was trying to get the re-recording. I actually met Father Mark Owen is the one that recorded. And that video has 8,000 views now. But Zion Sing Break Into Song, that video gets looped into the Psalter. Every 4 weeks you sing that song. There's a certain jingle I remember that I'm not hearing. Maybe I'm wrong. Was it on my YouTube page? Because that's how I did. All right, so the Metroid theme, he did not play that. The Metroid theme in the beginning is let me play that one. That's in D. Okay, hang on. No, that's the Kraid's Lair. Hang on. Is Kraid's Lair in D? This is probably what you're thinking of. That's in the very beginning. Hang on. This is in the beginning of my old videos, which I don't think I have that recorded anymore either. But that one's a little bit easier. It's not easy for me to play. Because, again, this is by ear again. This is a G. Hang on. Is this really in G or is this in D minor? Is that a G minor? Dun, 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 dun. No, that's an F minor. Is this the one? Is this the one, Jedi? This is not Final Fantasy. This is Metroid. No. Didn't I just say that? You aren't listening. You are not listening. Nobody's listening to me. I can read if I stand there with a pencil and go, every good boy does find FACE. I can read that out, but then I can't even translate it to that's an entirely different skill. I have probably perfect pitch built like somewhere into this horrible hearing of mine. But it's the kind of perfect pitch that's still so messed up with not being able to do anything with it. I mean, honestly, I know I have relative pitch with like singing. What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? Did I just get kicked off the stream? What the hell was that? What the hell just happened there? Is this because I'm not playing the video game? All right, dude. I know you're being funny. You've got to be being funny. So I can not read sheet music and play. Because basically what I have to... All right, I'm going to go get something for you. Because this is what I brought with me to St. Louis. What do you think of St. Louis, man? Isn't that a gorgeous church? Why is this still the Nintendo compromise? Because I'm playing video game music. Oh, it's a lot of coffee, man. All right, so this is how I quote unquote read music. All right, if you look at any of these, I want you to see this because I spent a lot of time on this. Okay, so what I do in order to do this is I have a few apps that are teaching me how to play music. So no, I cannot read sheet music enough to play it. The only thing I had Zach play from Final Fantasy was the Chaos theme, the Temple of Chaos theme. All right, I think I might be able to at least play it on here. Hang on, let me try this. This will make this get copyright flagged, which that's always fun. I want to see how bad this has been echoing. I didn't even notice that was recording like that. That's always fun. Have you been hearing this echo the whole time? I want to see how bad this has been echoing. I didn't even notice that was recording like that. Have you been hearing this echo the whole time? Let's hear this. This is recorded on. Oh my goodness. This is old school. Now, I remember I saw this recording before. All right. I don't know if you can hear this. It's probably very tinny. This kid definitely has autism. That kid definitely has autism. How old were you when you took piano lessons? Well, there is so much crap on this screen. Where's my kitty? Poor cat. Jedi, I'm going to go to my Facebook page. You should be able to use your phone and go to Facebook and be my first follower. Be my first follower on 13ucube.facebook.com or whatever the hell, however you get to it. www.com. Go to www.com. Go to www.com. www.com. Jedi, I'm going to go to my Facebook page. You should be able to use your phone. Go to www.com. Be my first follower on 13ucube.facebook.com or whatever, however you get to it. My reel hit 100 plays, and yet no one is. It says your reel reached 100 plays. Good work, but it says 0 viewers on that. So I don't understand. Yo, Facebook sucks. Facebook sucks. But if I can get 25 followers on Facebook, I can live stream on Facebook as well, which I've been trying to do. I've got to get 25 followers on Facebook. Actually, I think I need 100 on Facebook. www.com. Go to www.com. Am I not caught up here again? Where's the chat? What's going on with this? So if you go to my Twitter, which Twitter is where you see my personal politics and my religion and how bad a Catholic I am. If you go to X, I used to call it the tweeters, and now they changed it. So, but there you can see. So I all of my things to follow should be in the description or something. But I'm still looking up my Facebook here to see. I think I need to put like a link or something. How do I link this? Go back again. And if you need to go to Facebook, then you need to speak to Jack. Just remember, Jack will field all of your technical concerns. But if you want to speak to Jack, you first have to speak to Scott. That's how you have to do it. I'm sorry. That's the rules. If you want to speak to Jack, you have to speak to Scott. Jack will field all of your technical concerns. But if you want to speak, all right, I have to turn this down because I think it's causing echoes in here. Have to speak to Scott. That's how you have to do it. I'm sorry. That's the rules. If you want to speak, I have to turn this off. This has got to be driving you crazy, man. The only reason I did it this way was so I could get to the chat. That says live streams. I want to leave that up. How's that now? I sold a lot of my collectibles. All right, so listen. Oh, geez, it's 10:45 already? Holy shit. My cat's... Come on, kitty. Boy, she is funny. The auto feeder just dropped Zelda's food. Boy, it's 10:45. And I'm going to go give communion to somebody tomorrow, but it won't be tomorrow early morning. Yeah. If you want to speak to Scott, and you speak to Scott so you can speak to Jack, Jack will give you the Discord, the Twitch, the Facebook, and the tweeters, and the X's at the tweeters. But you have to speak to Scott so I can speak to you. How do I put this link? Oh, I have one follower. Watch out. Is it you? I have one follower. Hold on a second. It doesn't even tell me who. I have one follower. I need 100 to be able to live stream on here. Is it 100 or 25? Now, I had to call myself a comedian. I like to reckon myself like a non-funny person, but I don't know that I would go as far as to call myself a comedian. I'm a politician. Even though Trump's not willing to call himself a politician, I am most certainly a politician. Because the polis that I learned about when I was learning about Aristotle, I realized, you know what? I am a politician. In the truest sense of the word. And see, if you go to my Facebook page, you will see the link to the email You can email me, and then you can speak to Scott. And it says I'm from Blanca in Street Fighter San Paulo, Brazil. That's where I'm from. Blanca in Street Fighter San Paulo's SP Brazil. That's my location. And if you want to speak to Jack, all right, so is Scott the gatekeeper? I'm not exactly sure how that works. So the way it works is if you want to speak to Scott, no. If you want to speak to Jack, you have to speak to Scott. All right. So Scott, yeah, I guess Scott is the gatekeeper of all things, right? Like you have to, if you want to speak to Jack, you have to speak to Scott. And if you're trying to get to my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, email, phone number, blood type, sexual orientation, pronouns, if you need to get to my pronouns, you have to speak to Jack. But if you if you want to speak to Jack, you have to speak to Scott. Or is it the other way around? I keep forgetting. Is it you have if you want to speak to Scott, you have to speak to Jack, or is it? I have to call them and find out, but I'm not sure who to call. Where's my followers list? Dude, is this you? Did you just follow me right now, or is this some weirdo lady? Who the hell is this? This is you, isn't it? This is you. This is hysterical. See, if you've got enough technical skill, like internet skills, to be able to pull this off, dude, you should help me more. That's funny. Is this you? All right, I need to message you and find out if this is you. It's going to ask me for a pin, I think. Yeah, have you tried that now? Facebook Messenger, now you have to put a fucking pin in. Switching to your page. Well, is it switching to my page or is it talking to Jack first? What's going on with this? Look at this shit. What's going on here? Do I not have Messenger installed or something? What the? Oh, hi, kitty. Are you going to poop again? Because you just ate. I'm trying something called Meow Greens, and it does seem to be putting a little bit more weight on Zelda, which is good. And her fur feels really, really like healthy. I've been trying it since I got back, which I started it. Yeah, Zelda, you gonna go to the bathroom? I'll leave you alone. I'm not. I'm not watching. Go to the litter box. What is going on? All right, it's not working. I'm gonna follow back. Let me see. Blow up the outside. Well, now I don't know what Facebook thinks of. Not Facebook. I don't know what YouTube thinks of. Not me. Didn't follow anything. Well, that's a shame. I wonder who the hell that is then. What's wrong with you, man? Do you not have Facebook? Do you not have the ability to Facebook and follow me? I don't even know who that is. That's making me nervous. What you doing, kitty? Are you okay, kitty? Are you scared or you just want to be by my feet? I can't pet you if you're underneath the piano. I don't know how to. All I'm trying to do now is find the link. Add center. How do I share this link with people? Yeah, I still don't like Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, you have a cat named Mio? That's cool. status. Community standards violation. I can't believe it. I have not violated any community standards on Facebook. Oh, by the way, my Trump video was suppressed because all of my other shorts easily get about 70 to 80 views. My Trump video still has 11. So Google YouTube Alphabet still censors conservative content, and it has been for a long time. And that is not necessarily the most conservative thing, because all I was trying to do was say there is plenty of motive, and even Trump was too stupid to to admit it in front of everybody. He was trying to be more whatever in that interview. At least he was trying to be more middle of the road. Posts and tags, connected experiences settings. I'm just invite people to connect. There you go. All right, so I'm going to copy, switch into your main profile. No, we're going to copy this. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a loser. Dun, 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 dun. It's not. I'm saying I'm not live. Am I not live? All right, here you go. I think this is going to work. Can you click that? Yes or no? All right, so the antiques. I still have the Hyrule Historia book. It's not antique. I still have my Wii U. I still have my in it's not new in the box, but I still have the box and all the stuff for the black Wii U that's limited edition. Hang on one second. I gotta silence that. Please click that link. I'm trying very hard to find a messenger app that I can talk to you quicker than trying to log into my Facebook. Trying to log into my YouTube studio. I still have this. This is very heavy because it's all in here. But I still have all of this, and it's in pretty good condition. I kept it in pretty good condition. So I still have this. I don't know what it's worth, and honestly, I know that I plug it in every so often to make sure it hasn't bricked, because they're saying that like something in the UI is like slowly like dissolving. Still say for the Nintendo content, I'm really pissed off that they never released Metroid Prime Trilogy, because the Wii version of Metroid Prime Trilogy they put in the virtual console of Wii U, and it was $20. It was $20 for the Wii virtual console on the Wii U for Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. Re-released with the Wii controls that made those games much better. If you've played it on GameCube, it was great. But when you play them with the Metroid Prime 3 controls, they were phenomenal with 1 and 2. So then instead, what they did was for Switch, they released just Metroid Prime. And it's like $30 or $40 or something like that. I think it's like $40. And everything that they say about Nintendo right now is accurate, because I don't understand what they're doing. You cannot tell me that the chips on a digital game cost anything more to make. It's a file. I don't care what is involved in making the file, it's a file. So everyone that buys your stuff, you have a book from 1550 AD, Pluto. That's awesome, man. All right, listen. So you're not a Catholic. What do you think of Mary? I want you to type that in the chat. But there's a book by Louis de Montfort that was lost for 500 years. It was lost for 500 years. And when it was rediscovered, the people that were reading the book were experiencing some miraculous things that were like doing what he's talking about doing in the book. His name is Louis de Montfort. And there's a great book about him called 33 Days to Morning Glory. He's not the only subject in there, but the Catholic Church canonized him a saint. I forget which pope, but anyway, that book was lost for 500 years. In the very beginning of the book, it talks about this manuscript was like locked away and they didn't know where it was for 500 years. That's pretty awesome, though. Plutarch's lives. That's pretty awesome. Let me just tell you, I learned so much fascinating history in my history of philosophy courses. I learned so much great history and philosophy, but also history. I don't know why this keeps turning off. I can't figure it out. What else ancient do I have? I think the oldest thing, I think the oldest stuff is most of what mom still has that's like, God knows. I mean, she's got some bicentennial stuff. She's got some stuff from her mother. But like honestly, some of those things are really now. This is what my brother will tell you. Okay, my brother used to buy and flip storage units. I think he took a break for that for a while. But what he used to say is it's only valuable when you find a buyer. I also have some collectible Terminator 2 to. Oh, you know what? All right, so listen. Buried deeply under a sign because I have to hide it from another brother. Buried deeply with a sign that says, if I'm still alive and you find this and touch this, I promise you my Glock will find you. But I have a few action figures that are sealed, that are Star Wars action figures that are sealed, and they're mine. And I paid a lot of money for them, but I'm still trying to make sure that they stay tucked away. Now, he's got a whole bunch of his baseball cards that are so heavy. I'm just trying to send them to him. But this particular guy is about the shadiest F you'll ever meet. He is unbelievable. He's been scamming people since he was 15. And, you know, like honestly, he is a shyster. And he picked the perfect profession for being a shyster. I absolutely love him. He's a genius, but he's a shyster. And because of that, like I'm like, go ahead and touch anything that belongs to me. And I don't care what you'll do, you'll lose every finger that you have left. It's only like two. It's only two. And actually, I remember also buying ones that were not that expensive when what was the first one that came out when Django Fett was in it? I went to the store and just bought a couple of those action figures and just put them away because I was like, all right, well maybe these will be worth something someday. Probably not nearly as valuable as the Kenner ones, but I ruined a lot of my other brother's Star Wars action figures. He'll never let me live that down. I was a stupid kid. All right, do you want me to actually play a Nintendo game while I'm talking to you? Because it'll only distract me farther. It's already 11 o'clock. All right, let me get a little more coffee. My kitty. No, no, no. No, no, no. Stay, kitty. Tell the kitty. No, you're okay, kid. You want a treat? Do you want a treat? You can stay. No, 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 no. Come on, kitty. Tell the kitty. Come on. Tell the kitty. Oh, this is very weak looking coffee. Tell the kitty. Come on. Where's my kitty? Come on. Get up on the bed. Get up on the bed. If you want a treat, you need to get up on the bed. Come on. There's my kitty. Hi, kitty. Tell the kitty. Hey, where's your meow? Somebody stole your meow? These are from Rough Greens, which they make meow grains now. And I think I got these free with my 1 month, which 1 month is pretty expensive. Tell the kitty. All this free advertising that I don't make a dime for. Just like YouTube, they still owe me $80. You're not getting any more. You just ate dinner. And now you're all friendly. Can you see this cat? Yeah, the other kitty. I gotta play the Zelda music for her. Oh boy, you want your belly scratched, huh? I don't know what chord that is. Is it an F? No. You have a Bible vellum. Fragments. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, are you like loaded or something? Where do you pick up this stuff? You have a Lydian stater coin, a coin from the first series of coins minted in human history from the kingdom of light. Isn't that kingdom in the Bible? I think they mention that in the Bible. You are so friendly right now. I know you like your beef livers, but you are still bony kitty. You're a bony kitty. But my blood pressure is making my ears ring right now. So let me just tell you, let's get political, Jedi. So my religious order not forced me, but basically they told me if I didn't take the shots, that I had to go home. So not only did I take the shots, but I also took the friggin' booster shot. And I swear to Jesus Christ that because of those shots and because of the manufactured illness, see why we're going to continue to talk politics here is Anthony Fauci is probably one of the biggest. I mean, he's up there with Joseph Stalin in terms of how many people he's responsible for their deaths. And I don't think that kind of an offense should be pardonable preemptively. You have a coin from the time, I think, Heracles? Where do you get this stuff, dude? How much is that worth? Here's why I really need to communicate with you, Jedi. I need to find out why the chat is always like a minute and a half behind. I don't know how. All right, here's what I'm going to do, Jedi. Are you if when you hear this, when you hear this and you see my hand held up, I want you to type the word now in the chat, and then I'm going to start counting. I'm going to do my best to count in 1 second increments. But when you see my hand and you hear my voice saying this, I want you to type in the chat. This is a live test. This is a live technical sound test. And what I need you to do is when you see this, I need you to type now in the chat. When you hear me saying this, and you see my hand going this, I want you to type now in the chat. And then I'm going to start counting. All right. And when I start counting, I'm going to do my best to count in exact seconds. I can't help but tell you how against the mandates I am and everybody. All right. Listen to what I'm saying. All right. This is a live test. I don't understand why we're so far behind. You left me far behind. Jedi, can you hear me? I really need you to cooperate. I need you to listen to me so I don't start getting not calmed down. All right, I'm going to keep my hand going, and this is great exercise for a fat ass like myself. Oh, there's my kitty. All right, come on, Jedi. I need your help. This is live. This is riveting television right here. A paused video game and a guy, a fat ass with headphones, just waving a wrinkly white hand at the camera, probably with sweat stains in his pit. I know, kitty. You're not getting any more. You just had dinner and a treat. No more tidbits for you right now. Come on, Jedi. Work with me, please. Now. All right, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to type the number that you see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, not see, but here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is riveting television. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. The number that you hear, 31, 32, 33, 34. What's his name, Mr. Beast, do this? 37, 38, 39, 40. Wait, what? I want you to type the number that you hear. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. This is how you lose all kinds of views. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. You need to type the number that you see in the chat. All right, 43. And I was at 60. So we're somewhere around a 25-second delay, but that's also your reaction time. All right. One of the reasons why I make so many thumbs down driving videos is a long time ago, the series was actually called Learn to the number 2 drive. And I did make that hashtag about 9 years ago. And I made a video where I was just talking about the snow and how you need to slow down and increase your following distance in the snow. And I made a video using just recording my phone, just recording my television, very crappily with Grand Theft Auto 5 when it was still pretty new. And basically all I was trying to do was just go over some basic rules of the road. And then I thought, all right, let me just put this on the road. And what's funny is now I see people on TikTok actually getting excited that they're thumbs downing. I was not the person who created the thumbs down. It actually goes all the way back, at least on Twitter, to 2013. But I picked it up in 2016, which is already 10 years ago. But anyway, people like to speed. So we're talking learn to drive now and thumbs down driving. People like to speed. And let me tell you, people don't even realize that 5 miles over the speed limit is speeding, which is okay. You keep up with the flow of traffic, but you are still speeding. And what always amazes me is the women with the Tahoe, the Chevy Tahoe, the enormous, beastly car, the Chevy Tahoe. It's not a car, it's a truck, it's an SUV. The women in the Tahoe have zero ability to control the vehicle, but yet they still speed. But here's why I'm bringing this up: their reaction time. I am starting to slow in my age in terms of my reaction time. But if you come to a red light with me and you are in the left lane and you and I are going to play a game, I still have decent enough reaction time that I'm going to beat you. And I'm not going to beat you because I want to race. I'm only going to beat you because you should not be in the left lane unless you're making a left. But if you come to the traffic light and you're in the left lane with your Chevy Tahoe, yes, you've got a lot more horsepower than I do, but you're also on your phone. And when you're on your phone and you're a female, you're already impaired in operating a vehicle. A woman behind the wheel of a truck is equivalent to a man with 5 drinks. That's got to be a statistic. Now, 82.5% of all statistics are made up, and that one most definitely is. But a woman behind the wheel of an SUV is the equivalent, completely sober, is the equivalent to a man with 5 drinks in his system. And you give them a cell phone and you say, hey, honey, put that phone down. Put that phone down, honey. She's not going to beat me when the light turns green. I am very distracted, but I'm very aware when I see this. There's the reason why I get so angry or behind the wheel. And this is why I make this series. Okay. I want you to be a better driver. And I want you to be a better driver so that you don't hit me. And so that you don't hurt you and you don't hurt my nieces and nephews and my goddaughter and end up in a ditch. I don't want your car insurance to go up. I saw a really bad rear end collision on the way to the airport in St. Louis on Interstate 44. Really bad. 100% that person was on their phone because of how hard they slammed into the person in front of them. Now, I said in my live stream video the other day, I am a hypocrite because I do use my phone and I start live streaming while I'm driving. Another time. All right, I just realized this. I had ignored that piece in the chat. I will have to record a video because they're buried pretty deep. And I don't remember. I know for sure it's Boba Fett. It's either Boba Fett or General Grievous is in the box. And I did drive in North Carolina. See that I don't know how long ago you typed that, but that you either typed that about 30 seconds ago or it could have been longer. But I just saw that right now. Okay, so back to my point. Let me finish this point about driving. Your reaction time behind the wheel can make the difference between life and death. Certainly between not having an accident and having an accident. If you remember, at night, during the day, when it's raining, your reaction time is what makes all the difference in the world. So stop tailgating. If you're in New York City and you're driving, you still just let people get in front of you. It's funny because people have the most beautiful cars in Manhattan that are all dinged up. And they do it mainly for the engine. They buy the engine and they don't care that they're going to get their car. Their car is going to get dinged up. And if you're in the Bronx like I was, people are going to steal parts to your car, unless you're like we were and parked behind a gate, a locked gate where nobody can get to your car unless they're climbing over the barbed wire fence, which they do because they're high. And when they're high and they cut their hands on the barbed wire, it was razor wire. But we had more than one moron cut themselves climbing over the fence. It's like you can see the razors on the razor wire from the floor, and yet because you're so high, you're still climbing it anyway. How is it living in the Bronx? Let me just tell you, there is a video of me walking in the Bronx. And while I was walking in the Bronx, I was recording, I wasn't live streaming. But while I was walking in the Bronx, there was a woman screaming and hollering at a guy in the car. But I think I also made another video called For Gloria, where I was on the treadmill and I was saying, I met some great people on the street giving sandwiches out to homeless people and praying with people randomly on the street. But the Bronx, I just went to St. Clement Healthcare Center, which is where some of these priests and brothers go to assisted living to retire because they remain in community. They make a vow for the rest of their life that until they die, they will stay in community. So they have an assisted living center, and I went there and hung out, for a few days. Anyway, I was telling them, here's what it's like to live in the Bronx. The first week that I was there, something blew up underground, and I thought it was a plane crash because I heard this really deep explosion, and I thought it was a plane crashing, and I thought that was an explosion. Turned out that it was some sewer gas exploding, and somebody had probably had a joint going or something, or a blunt, and was in the wrong place and just blew up in sewer gas in the sewer system. I was between 149 and 152nd Street. So where that is Lincoln Memorial Hospital's right there. There is a police station on Melrose Avenue, which is right there. There is also a fire station right there on Melrose. There's a very, very interesting Mexican restaurant on the corner of Melrose and 152nd. And that they play music at all hours of the night. And it doesn't matter if you call the police. They don't tell them to turn the music down. There's these guys that are called Jehovah Hebrews or something like that. Hebrew Israelites, and they wear purple, and they shout into a megaphone, and they stand at the junction of 149 Melrose and not Grand Avenue. There's like 3 streets that come together there, and they shout. Somehow that's preaching. Like we gave sandwiches to homeless people. Sometimes we would give them sandwiches too, but I mean, did I go to Van Cortlandt Park or Pelham Bay Park? No, I did not. I was there for 3 years from 2020, the late 2021, 21, 22, 23, late 2020, no, early 2021, right before a big snowstorm in January of 2021. And I stayed until May 19th of 2023. Van Cortlandt Park or Pelham Bay Park. No, but I did go around I took the 3 and the 5 a lot, and I started to learn the 5 on the east side of the Bronx because I met someone over there, and we used to go to a park, which I don't remember the name of the park, that overlooked Rikers Island. And the subway is crazy, but it's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. But honestly, I don't know what's going on with this. It's doing this thing again. But you can drive in the city if you follow the rules of the road. And I beep at people. I mean, I yelled at people. I'll never forget when I blew out my voice. Because, see, here's the problem. You need to learn something about being me. Okay. I'm not afraid to die. I don't like the means. I don't like to think about the means to which I might die. Because suffering and death is a little bit different. But I'm not afraid to die. So if you're going to shoot me, I would love to have been a priest that did prison ministry, because I would have been like, look, will you please slit my throat? Because if you do that while I'm saying mass, I go straight to heaven. That's the main draw of being a potential priest and ministering to the crazy, is that if they kill you, you get a free pass. You know, like that. I'll take the free pass, please, because I've got a lot of sins in my life that I don't know, because I believe in purgatory. I don't know how long I'm going to be in purgatory, but you can give me the free pass anytime you want. Please shoot me in the head. But that's not to say that I want to die. Okay. But what it is to say is I'm not afraid to die. It's the means to which I die that can get a little scary when you think about. But I would scream and holler at people. I lost my voice one day because this guy was trying to threaten me. And I begged him. I said, please get me out of this misery. You come here, please. I hung my head out the window and I begged him. I said, please come here. You would be doing me the biggest favor in the world. And he looked at me and he said, you a crazy white boy. And he ran away. And I said, don't you run away. I thought you were going to make my life. And he ran away. He ran away from me. That's what it's like to lose your voice. And then I had to go back because I was driving the house's vehicle. It wasn't my car. So when I got back, I had no voice. And they loved that, because I talk too much. But I had to like do prayers and stuff like that. And I was like, I can't even talk. So then everybody's like, how'd you lose your voice? And I don't even remember what I told them, but I was like, it was a tough couple of days because I screamed bloody murder. I was so angry at that dude for trying to threaten me. And I was just like, what can I do, dude? There's a bus over here. I'm sitting in a green light. I can't go anywhere. I mean, and that was the thing. I'm trying to remember what the name of that road was, because you went down 151st. And then you had to make a left. 151st is not too far from Yankee Stadium. It's a little bit to the west, but it's Grand Concourse is the one that goes across right to Yankee Stadium and beyond. Grand Concourse is where Yankee Stadium is, and basically Grand Concourse intersects 149th Street, and that will go into Manhattan. It crosses a bridge and goes into Manhattan, goes into Hell's Kitchen, basically. And I could walk through Hell's Kitchen, and I did. And you are going to think that this is absolutely crazy, but I have the pictures to prove it. I walked, that wasn't in Hell's Kitchen, but that was in the Bronx. But I took a case of Miller Lite because my formators treated me like a 15-year-old. I took a case of Miller Lite and I walked maybe 30 minutes because I was like, there's no way I'm taking this case on the subway. So I walked above ground and I walked back. There's another beautiful Catholic church over there, and I can't remember what it was called. But I had to walk all the way back down Melrose to 151st. All right. First of all, you are Orthodox, are you not? Are you Orthodox? How close to Catholic would you say you are? Are you Catholic enough to recite the Nicene Creed? Do you recite the Nicene Creed at your mass? Because I'm taking issue with Jedi's statement that says purgatory isn't in the Bible. Would you say I'm wrong? But before I answer the question, I would like to ask how Catholic you are, and I will count to 25. 25 seconds. The question that I asked was, do you recite the Nicene Creed at your Mass? You're Christian. I thought you were Orthodox. All right. Do you subscribe to this philosophy? Do you subscribe in your faith to this philosophy? Now I can look at the chat and see how long it takes for me to my comment to show up. Or I know, so are Catholics, dude. Catholics are Christians too. All right, good. So it's my internet. I don't know what's wrong with my internet, but it's really having issues. I said Constantine and it disconnected. It's the Russians. The Russians are still at it. All right, I got to put this back on and see what happened here. So you should be reciting the Nicene Creed. And the only difference that we have is the filioque. The only difference that you have with the Holy Roman Empire. This is really bad. I don't know what's causing this stream to be so bad. It's not doing well at all. All right, it looks like I'm back temporarily. All right, so anyway, this certainly has nothing to do with Nintendo, but that's why it's a compromise. I haven't played this game for a second. All right, so anyway, where does it say in the Bible that if it's not in the Bible, you don't do it? Where does it say that? Find that scripture where it says, if it's not in the Bible, you don't do it. This is pathetic. This is the demons. This is the demons that won't allow this discussion to take place. And the demons of YouTube are the ones that want Trump dead. The demons of YouTube are the ones that want Trump dead. They're the same idiots that suppress all of the good truth. And see, here's how you respond to demons, right? See, this is another thing. This is how you respond to demons. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. I believe in God, the Father Almighty, the maker of heaven and earth. I believe in Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord, who was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and was buried. He descended into hell. On the third day, he rose again from the dead. He ascended into heaven and sits at the right hand of God, the Father Almighty. From thence he shall come to judge the living and the dead. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the dead, and the life of the world to come. Amen. Our Father, may the kingdom of your divine will reign on earth as it does in heaven. Give us enough food for today. Teach us to forgive as we are forgiven. In your mercy, keep us free from sin. Amen. See, the demons of YouTube don't like Jesus Christ, but they understand who the king is. So What I'm trying to say is sola scriptura is not the rule of your Catholic faith or mine. If you it's funny because Catholic means universal, and you and I have having a split that I don't know why we're split. It is mentioned. How many books are in your Bible? Why would you pray for the dead if they're either in hell or in heaven? They don't need prayer if they're in hell because they're there for all eternity. And you don't need to pray for them in heaven unless you're asking them to pray for you. But Judas Maccabeus is praying for the dead. And if Judas Maccabeus is praying for the dead, why is he praying for the dead? He's praying for the dead because there's a particular judgment and there's a final judgment. And if that particular judgment and the final judgment are not instantaneous, there is a purgation for those who are waiting in joyful hope for the coming of Jesus Christ. What say you? I know. Look, dude, I've got no problem with Orthodox, okay? I've got no problem with the Orthodox people. I've got no problem. You guys are sometimes better Catholics than Catholics are Catholics, all right? You're certainly better Catholics than Nancy Pelosi and Dick Durbin and Joe Biden and the auto pen that was Joe Biden and Ocasio-Cortez, I think, used to be Catholic. I mean, you Orthodox are much more Catholic than some of my pastors are. Shit. Now I got to plug my thing in. Maybe this is a good reminder that I got to wrap this up. Oh, my kitty. Oh, shit. I can't get that for you. that's the best part of that song. And the best part of Metroid Prime is when you hear that start Metroid Prime. And this Metroid Prime 4 disaster, Metroid Prime 4 was not what we were looking for. I gotta wrap this up pretty soon. I lost my kitty. She took off. But all Metroid is, the original Metroid, is in D major. I thought it was in D minor, but it's D major. Oh, I lost my chat. I can barely hear you. So I guess what happens is when I put messing up, it loses the audio for me. Can you hear me now? Oh, you work the night shift, dude? All right, man. I got to go too. Remember, go to my Facebook and follow me, please. There's a link. I guess I can put the link here one more time. And I'm actually allowing email now, so 13U cube. I'm going to get so much spam. That's weird. So I think what happens is something makes this, I think it makes it take over the audio. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's what happens. The audio for the game is too loud. That's why you can't hear me. Let's try that. How's that? Any better? Testing while I'm playing. I don't know if Justin Bailey is my code here. Can you still hear me? I'm using the turbo. I thought I was playing Super Metroid. I literally just tried to do a diagonal shot. Using the turbo, cheating my ass off. Can you still hear me? Is the audio too? Oh boy, we got problems. Can you still hear me? My voice does sound farther away. I can hear this. Come on, give me more health. I'm gonna die. All right, I need to remember how to save state because I really don't want to start over again. Oh. Oh yeah, you give it to me. Come on. No. Well, can you duck and shoot in this game? Absolutely not. Well, I'll tell you, when you get spoiled on Super Metroid, it's really hard to play the original. It's kind of like Breath of the Wild. When you start playing Tears of the Kingdom, it's really hard to go back to Breath of the Wild. Oh, boy, do I suck. I am one shitty employee of nobody. I'm privately employed, which means my customers are my boss. Come on. You need to give me... I need the save state. I'm cheating. I need... What is it? Shift? Oh, I almost loaded. Shift F3. Remember, Shift F3. Disconnected again. You suck, jackass. Yo, OBS keeps disconnecting. Oh. All right, Shift F3 again. Shift F3. That didn't work. I need to go function. Shift F3. Got it. So anybody that's wanting to give me some huge gifts, it's going to cost me $3,000 to stream Switch 2, and the $3,000 is for the computer. I already had the capture card, which I can rebuy at any moment, but it's not the capture card, it's the computer. This computer cannot handle Switch. I had it plugged in and I couldn't the video card and all that other stuff. You need a computer that has dedicated RAM, random access memory. It has to have... I need some rockets. I need rockets. I'm still on Team Rockets. It's not Team Missile. It's all rockets. Somebody stole my hashtag. I was the first. I was totally the first on that Team Rockets. That son of a bitch stole it on YouTube. This better be rockets here. I'll take the long beam. I think it might be the long beam. It might just be friggin' energy. Ah, shit! Oh god, that's a strong one. They're no match for the turbo cheaty hacks. Oh, I really need bombs. Oh shit. No. Oh. Ooh. All right, shift. Function, shift. F3. Gotcha. Boy, my sweat. I used to have on the controller mapping, which I could probably take some time to do again. I had the thing that did like I could just press the shoulder button and it would do this save state, which is much smarter. But nobody ever comes here for smart. They come here for brain rot. Stay there. Come on. Get another get. I'm not going anywhere. There we go. All right, ready? Oh boy. Ha! Bitch. This is gonna hurt. I really need bombs. I don't remember where the bombs are, but I don't think I'm going the right way to get them. Give me a friggin' missile, damn it. I'm wasting my life. Yes, I said missile. they're not going to do it because I have 99. I'm not jumping over this when they can hit me. I need some rockets. I gotta look at a map. I used to draw maps on receipts back in the 80s. Receipt paper. Receipt paper worked better than like loose leaf. Shit. I don't remember where any of this stuff is. I need the long beam. I really need the friggin' morph ball. Not the morph ball, the bomb. Give me some missiles, please. Oh, shit. See how bad this is for the chat, though? The more I hyper-focus my ADHD on the video game, the more I think he had to go to work anyway. I'm going to function shift F3. Gotcha. I know I got to go through like the pass-through. Then I think I gotta go down. I forget what they call it, like Bryn Star. I don't even know if you would know any of the names of it unless you look at a map. Like that didn't come with the game. Like I was so glad that Super Metroid started giving you maps. That was probably there were so many things that were fixed in the Super Nintendo. Like all of the stuff that made this game great made us play it. Yeah, it went off again. This keeps going. Oh, God. I think this is where it cut through. Yeah. I think I go up first and I get some missiles. I don't even think anybody's left. I think it's just me. Which is fine, because I'll go back and watch this later. There better be missiles up here for this work that I'm putting in. Rockets. Okay, I have to go left first. Oh no, there's nothing up here. And when I get the long beam, I can find out if there's a sneaky hack here. Oh God, not this area. I think I actually need ice beam for this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything here without the ice beam. Oh. Yeah, I need bombs. I can't go anywhere here. Come on. Zelda kitty! This is ridiculous. There's no reason you shouldn't be... Alright, Zelda. Where's my kitty? Alright, good. I really... You need to forego from the temporal vortex of the NES. You need to forego some rockets for me. Oh. Do I need Ice Beam here too? You know what makes these things awesome is the wave beam. See, the thing that always sucked about this, which I love that they fixed in Metroid Prime, is that you get a wave that is also freezing. Oh, no. Metroid Prime had the best guns, man. Metroid Prime and see, I know that people try to argue that Metroid 2D was better than Metroid 3D, and all I can say is they took all the beautiful things that I loved about Metroid and made it 3D, which I enjoyed more. Oh, that was a stupidly timed jump. And if I had the ability to play Metroid Prime 3 with my capture card and my computer, I would rather be playing that. I would raw the elementary. I'd rather be using Z. I would rather be using Z. On my router. I'd rather be using Z on my router. Oh, please. Not an energy tank. I don't need an energy tank. I need some rockets, please. Alright, I'm still going to function shift F3. Is this where I get it? Is there something underneath here? No, there's absolutely nothing underneath there. And now I just... Oh, shit. Boy, am I glad the thumbstick is responsive in this game. I could not be as decent with the just the up-downs on the up-downs. Doing the up-downs. Doing the pukey up-downs. Come on. Come on. No. Ah! Boy, can you believe that I have done this for this long with no bombs, no long beam? There better be rockets over here for all this trouble that you're putting me through. I think this is the part where you fall, right? I don't want to fall here because then I won't be able to get back up with the ice beam. See, if I was playing Zelda right now, I could do this all intuitively from my muscle memory. But I still was never that good at this game. I could play it, and I learned how to be loved by this game. I want to be loved by you. This is another red door, isn't it? This is another red door, right here. It should be missiles, but it's not. Give me some missiles somewhere. Can you believe that it made me go this far over without giving me... See, now back in the day, us kids had to learn by doing this. We didn't all dodge out to the internet where we did this. But see, then when you get to adulthood, you don't have time to play this. Gee, hacks. Yeah, see, I can't because I don't have the ice beam, I can't go any farther there. That's it. I wasted my entire trip over here because you didn't give me missiles. All I got was an energy tank. I came all the way over here for a fucking energy tank. It's bullshit, dude. I'm gonna go down to the... I hate that place. Go those stupid, what are those things? Like seahorses? They're great when you have, once you finally have the wave beam, they're so much better. But see, you should be able to, and I'm glad they fixed this, but you should be able to switch without having to go get it between the ice beam and the wave beam. Oh. What's amazing about this game that nobody knew until they were playing it, because we didn't have the internet, is that you're being timed. You don't even know, but you're being timed. And I'm already failing miserably because I haven't gotten a single 5-pack of rockets. I haven't even gotten a 5-bagger of the missiles. Oh. Oh, he's going to bed because he's got to go to work. Ah! Oh, I already slept for like 6 hours. I've got to deliver communion tomorrow. It almost is tomorrow already. So I'll probably just get another little nap in. Oh, shish. I can't believe I came all the way over here for nothing. Now I know I go to the elevator, go down to the elevator, but you should have distance before you go here. I thought. That's not where it is. I thought it was here. Is this not where it is? Oh, fine. Give me 2. Give me another one. Finally have some rockets. Now I gotta go backtrack. Oh. You only get 5. Ah! Fucking bastards. Sorry my language. I can't play video games and not say fuck. It is here. This is so weird. I don't remember that. I thought there was is that the thing? I hate this area. Wait, this is Ridley's lair? I need to go to Kraid first. Oh, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here yet. I don't like this here. I know I need the variant suit, and I don't remember where that is. I think these enemies are way too strong for me. Especially because I have 5 friggin' rockets and no long beam yet. I gotta go back and get the long beam. I'm going back. This is not a speed run by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not a speed runner. I'm too ADD for speed running. Oh, dude, I feel bad that I missed all of those comments. All right, Jedi. You got homework, man. I was a teacher. You have homework. not how this game works at all. You don't start from the bottom. You start from somewhere on the inside, and you got to make a left immediately. It's like exactly the opposite of Super Mario. It's a great game, though. At the time, this game was absolutely revolutionary. You could have experienced it like I did. I still remember not sleeping because I started to actually figure out how to find things in the game, and it started to make me better. Like, I was young when this game came out, and I did not understand how to play it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually learning how to play this game. Like, the greatest part of the Nintendo, as hard as it was it taught you how to play itself. The games were designed to teach you how to play. That's not what games do anymore. Like, they are either just fetch quests over and over again, daily grinds like a job, because they're trying to get universal basic liberal income. And they just handhold just way too much. But like Mario taught you how to play just by playing it. This game taught you how to get better at it just by playing it. All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way first because there is that red door here. Is it here? I think it's here. This is the one that. No, this is not it. This is the one I can't go through. There's a red door over here, but I can't remember how to get to it. This is the top. No, this is the one I want to go. Nope, no, it's not. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I have to go all the way back for this stupid long game. This is why you do save states and you're retarded. You guys, maybe if God ever did reincarnation, he would reincarnation someone with a mind like mine. And then you would realize why women always left me. Because, I mean, when you try to stay with a retard, it's not going to work. But see, retards make the best teachers of special ed. But I'm the most compassionate person that I've ever met, aside from the people that took care of me. But retarded knows retarded. This is not where I wanted to go. Oh, man, it is. Look at that. I really am ready for bombs. Oh, you son of a bitch. It was not here. beam logic. See, this is what happens when you don't remember anything. If I was playing Zelda right now, I just have so much embedded in that memory. And that's why I like Dragon Warrior 2, because it's another game where I just love the memories. I mean, there's a lot of great memories from Metroid, don't get me wrong. Since this is really just a beat log of me playing right now. I don't know why I thought the long beam was there. Something's here. This might just be more rockets. I still have to get. I'm gonna open this door. Nobody's in this stream at all, right? There's somebody. I think it's just me. All right, hang on. Are both of these me? I love the silent watchers. The silent watchers just crack me the hell up. I love you. Love you, whoever you is. But I think it's just like a mod. To make sure that, YouTube doesn't get any conservative love. Make sure that the tratty Catholics don't say rosaries. I need friggin' rockets now, damn it. You were so quick to give them before. There's two. One more. The door takes 5. And I don't have the fucking bombs yet. I'm sorry with the language. Give me rockets. I only need one. This game is brutal. Long beam. I need bombs in order to go there. See, now because it's longer, it's going to be harder. I'll get used to it. I really don't like the diagonal shots either. Love you, Super Metroid. This game is a shout out to the love for Super Metroid. But Super Metroid is such a long game. Oh, you bastard. What? Is there another way down? I can't go down here without the bombs. I'm trying to remember where bombs are. I don't. remember how to get to Kraid's lair. I don't want to go to Ridley yet. I want to go to Kraid first. Not gonna look it up. This is exactly what happened when I started streaming this in the first place. Is that I got so frustrated with not remembering where everything was that I just finally started putting the map out, and then I just included it in the live stream. Oh, sweating so bad. I got Switch too. I paid $70 for the game, and here I am, just messing, playing ROMs illegally. The game is about 36 years old. I don't consider this illegal. These are almost public domain territory, and I bought these games. This game specifically at least 5 times through virtual consoles, through all the rips that I like that. I mean, they just kept getting my money. I had this on GameCube, as I think they had like a GameCube re-release that just had some old classics. I had this on Game Boy Advance. I had the 3DS. I mean, they just kept making you rebuy it. That's where the long beam is. Where is Kraid's lair? I don't remember. Do I have to go to Ridley in order to get to Kraid? I'm over this. Oh. I remember the ice beam was down here, like way down here. I remember Ridley's lair. I don't even know if I'm in Ridley's lair. I think this is called like Norfair or something. But I don't remember if this is... Yeah, I can't do anything without bombs. I need bombs next. I need to quit the quest for bombs. I remember hating this level because I just constantly had to keep going back and forth and get the wave beam, get the ice beam. Oh. And the lava drives me crazy. Absolutely insane. Come on, dude. Yo, you're fired, man. See, I'm calling Samus, dude. I hate this thing. See, you need ice beam to be here. You need ice beam to be here. I really want my bombs. The bombs. Oh, I hate this. I hate the lava, dude. I'm gonna die. I hate this game. I hate this game, yo. I'm dying. I'm dying because I hate this game. Because I hate this game. Because I hate this game. All right, I don't remember how to do it. I'm gonna take the respawn. I gotta go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna shut this off. Function Shift F3. I'm gonna shut this off too. All right, once again, since nobody's here, there's somebody here. My piano turns itself off. That's interesting. I didn't know that my piano did that. I don't think I want to stay down here. I don't want to cheat, but I don't remember what bombs are. I've already gone through this whole thing. There was another red door, and I can't remember where the hell it is. See, this is why I had to create maps because I could never remember. to do it faster. There's just no way to do it faster. The faster way is to just keep going after more. Look at this. Now it's glitched. I'm going to stop here, and my silent watch is going to disappear instantaneously, but thank you for watching.